Hi, my name is Brianna, and welcome to my reaction commentary channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 3, Episode 12 of Hannibal, and y'all, there are only 2 episodes left in this series. I'm going to lose my mind. I am not stable, and I should not be around the general public. But a lot of you wonderful people in the comments have warned me that I'm already not prepared for this episode, and I believe you. I trust you. I have no idea what can happen in the next 2 episodes. But what I do know is that the following list of characters that are still alive include, but are not limited to, Hannibal, Will, Crawford, Alana, Chilton, Freddie, Bedelia, Francis, McLean, Zeller, Price, Chio, Molly, Walter, the dogs, most importantly, Margot, and I think that's about everybody. Because everyone else is dead. And I know in my heart that this show is not above killing anyone. So any of my sweet angel babies, and the ones that I just tolerate, could be gone in the next 2 episodes. But I'm just gonna do the best that I can do to survive. But before we get into it, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications, follow me on all my social media, follow my Patreon for full-length reactions to Hannibal Season 2 and Hannibal Season 3 as we go. And that way we can skip the chit-chat and get straight to the good part. Is that Molly girl?
I look at my wife and I see her dead. I see Mrs. Leeds and Mrs. Jacoby lying where Molly should be.
Do you see yourself killing her?
Why would you talk to Bedelia? Don't talk to her. Bedelia, don't talk to him.
Hannibal gave you 3 years to build a family,
It wasn't enough.
confident that he would find a way to take them from you.
And he has.
Don't let him win, Will. He can't win.
What's he going to take
Again.
from you?
Is it important to you that he takes something from me?
I'm just saying everybody else is struggling.
Hannibal has agency in the world.
Because he affected all your brains.
Hannibal has no intention of seeing me dead by any other hand than his own.
True. He wants to eat you.
And only then, if he can eat me.
I mean, at least you know.
He's in no position to eat me now.
Girl, as in right this second.
If you play, you pay.
You have paid dearly.
He really has. My boy, please be nice.
It excites him to know that you are marked in this particular way.
Why?
Because y'all are soulmates.
Secrets you're not to know, yet sworn to keep.
If I'm to be Bluebeard's wife, I would have preferred to be the last.
Is Hannibal in love with me?
Oh, of course. Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
We said it.
but do you ache for him?
We know he does. We know you do. You can't hide it. Look at that blush. We love you, Will.
God, the devil, and the great red dragon?
Lest we forget the lamb.
Will
Absolutely will.
is the Lamb of God.
Yeah, and it didn't work out too well for Jesus. I mean, he made a good comeback, but I'm just saying, it got really dark.
Who's us?
You, me, and the great red dragon.
Yeah, all 3 of y'all suck in different ways.
Lamb's wrath touches everyone who errs. His retribution is even more deadly than the dragon's. The seals are being opened, Jack. The lamb is becoming a lion. For the great day of his wrath has come, and who shall be able to stand?
I'll still be standing.
Cocky.
Is your conscience clear?
Of course not, no. But his moral compass is gone because of Bella. My girl, I miss you.
Righteousness is what you and Will have in common.
True. Absolutely.
War against the great red dragon.
He's not the dragon. You are. The devil himself.
He's absolutely the devil. Just a little bit.
And that makes you God, Jack.
Yes, it does.
I mean, at least Hannibal gave up on the idea that he was God. I can't do this. Will moved away, and Jack tracked him down and brought him into this hellscape. Freaking Francis is over here in the attic, praying to the watercolor. Okay, sweetie. We've talked about the mutilation. I mean, did you disinfect under your nails? That's gonna get infected. The stakes are so high, and the episode just started. I do love seeing Jack and Hannibal face to face, like, going off on their, like, absolute just top of their game, like, banter. But, it never ends well for Will, which never ends well for me.
8 people dead in a month. We can't play the long game. You know and I know it's the best way to bait him.
Got me on the hook, now you're dangling me to catch a bigger fish.
He's a fisher.
Pulled yourselves into believing you were in control of what was happening.
Y'all are never in control.
Are you still under that delusion?
Okay, the imagery is terrifying. Will, you're back to hallucinating in the daylight hours.
All psychopaths and narcissists, they love to read about themselves. If you were smart, Jack, you would use Freddie Lounge.
She will need to interview you, Will.
Every time we bring in Freddy, things get worse, though.
Can't go home as long as he's loose. So I really badmouth the Red Dragon in Tattle Crime. Give him a shot at me.
This is a horrible idea.
A really good shot.
Our plans have never worked.
It'll feel like a trap to him. Unless you have a professional voice to legitimize what you're saying.
You mean a scapegoat?
Someone to hide the wire or the snare? Are you volunteering?
Hell no.
No.
That's my girl. I love her.
I'd have to be a fool.
She's not that dumb.
Since your commitment, you have written some brilliant articles for the Northern Medical Journal.
Chilton! My favorite dumbass! He's back! Chilton, you're gonna die.
I have seen a lot of hostility, but this was quantifiably bitchy.
Do you think I am your nemesis?
You're just annoying.
No, Nemesis, no.
You refuted my entire book.
It didn't hold up to scrutiny.
Of course it didn't. I was lying.
Of course he was lying, because why would he not lie?
On your behalf! You refuted your insanity defense. I went out on a limb for you.
Why would you ever do that?
Wood burns because it has the proper stuff in it. And a man becomes famous because he has the proper stuff in him. You don't have the proper stuff, Frederick.
He said you're not up to snuff.
The journals only still publish your writing for the freak value of your byline.
You have never learned your lesson. Also, don't give him any materials. Why'd you throw it in there, you dumbass? Chilton, you have never been smart.
All I need is the ending.
Sir, you're not gonna make it to the end because you always almost die.
Your teeth will go and your strength. Nobody will be afraid of you anymore.
Y'all should be afraid of him. Look how fit he is.
The young ones will push you around and use you for sex.
I'm sorry, what in the fanfic is going on? Chilton, sir, do you remember how you almost died a lot? Why are you talking big and bad to him? Your karma is always bad. Gideon rearranged your internal organs, and Miriam shot you in the face. And yet, you have not learned your lesson of keeping your mouth shut and laying low.
I am just going to leave an extra copy of my book right over here.
Thank you, Frederick.
I've personalized it for you.
Hannibal still has all the power.
Are you here to remonstrate me with I told you so's?
That's not why I'm here.
We're here to make you the scapegoat.
She's here because we need someone who's less concerned about the truth than the best story. Dr. Chilton, you just lay out your theories and will aggravate them for the record.
What's up, Freddy?
You're making statements no investigator would ever make and no straight newspaper would credit.
You're not a straight newspaper. You sell t-shirts that say the Tooth Fairy is a one-night stand.
I can get you one if you like. You small or medium? Small, I bet.
Why do I love Freddy now?
The killer's objection to the name the Tooth Fairy is likely grounded in the homosexual implication of the word fairy. If you really want to piss him off, that's what you should call him. The Tooth Fairy's actions indicate projective delusion, compensating for intolerable feelings of inadequacy.
Is the Tooth Fairy insane? He is ugly and impotent.
Ooh.
He's a vicious, perverted, sexual failure. An animal.
Freddy, don't write that down, girl.
The Tooth Fairy is the product of an incestuous home.
This is the child of a nightmare.
Even Chilton is like, this is too far.
Well, I think we need a key shot of you here in your Washington hideaway.
I'm gonna cry for some reason. I'm not sad. I just feel like we're gonna cry. I don't know what it is.
Artist's conception of the fairy.
Make sure you can see the fountain.
Chilton is not comfortable with this idea. Will took it way too far. The retaliation is gonna be astronomical.
One for the dust jacket.
Scapegoat. This is a setup. Chilton, you are bait. The guiding arm of Jack, the guiding arm of Will, like, we are playing dirty. We are playing real dirty, because Will does not like Chilton at all, in any kind of friendly manner, so why would he put his hand on him? We're not cozy. Francis, I'm not gonna lie, Francis has every right to be upset about this article.
We are playing games in the dark of the moon.
Y'all are playing games in the dark all the time.
He almost killed your wife and son.
Don't remind me. I know.
Hannibal almost killed them.
50-50.
I will refute his refutations in my new book, Blood and Chocolate. We know who his fans are.
Why we can't ever, we're always dying. We're always victims. I'm freaking out. Chilton, what is going to happen to you this time? And is that a maxi pad on his eyes? What?
Would you like a blanket?
I'm usually cold. I would like a blanket. Thank you.
I'll get you a blanket.
That's terrifying, because it's gentle.
Atoning, Dr. Chilton.
Yeah, Chilton. They set you up, and this is the repercussions.
I have not seen your face. Frank, I could not identify you.
According to you, I am a vicious, perverted, sexual failure. Do you understand what I'm doing?
You're killing me slowly.
Do you feel privileged?
No privilege over here. I'm a pauper.
It is a privilege, but I have to tell you, I am scared.
I'm terrified. At least he's honest about this
Man
part.
to man, it is
Haunting.
It is very hard to concentrate when you are scared. You do not need to scare me for me to be impressed.
You know what, Chilton? I feel you.
You man.
I mean, gender non-specific. It's whatever. It's whatever. Respect is respect. I see you.
But you see, I am not a man.
You're the great red
I
dragon.
have become.
I will tell you whatever you want to hear. I will gas you up.
Think God is in attendance here. Are you praying to him now?
I'm praying to somebody, because, my God.
We pray to God mostly when we are scared.
And does God help you?
Depending on how long you wait and how you look at things, it's a whole big, feel. I don't want to get into it. We shouldn't get into it. Let's talk about something else. But also, wait, hold on. Francis, sweetie, I don't like small talk, so you can't be taking all day giving me a whole monologue. Hurry up with the torture and the killing.
I do not want to see your face!
If you will open your eyes and look at me, where I will staple your eyelids to your forehead.
Okay, I'll look at you as much as you want me to.
Me? It's me.
McLean, girl, I thought y'all broke up. Why are you here?
Sound. I will kill her.
Chilton, do not get McLean killed, because she truly is innocent in a way that you're not.
I don't like surprises. I bet you don't either.
I don't.
I tried to call you. May I come in?
You're so sweet. I love you. Please go away.
How are you feeling?
Oh, did you bring him a pet? Did you get him a fish?
I brought you soup.
Oh, that's soup. Girl, I thought you got him a goldfish.
Guess I'm guilty of liking you. Enjoy the soup?
Honestly, that's the best that we can ask for, and I'm fine with that. Just let her go. Chilton, you know what? Good job. You a real one for that.
Do you want to know what I am?
I don't want to know anything.
I was afraid to ask.
Look. Do you see now?
Yes.
Demon with a big back.
Do you see?
I see what it looks like. But guess what? That's not my friend.
You see?
Look, Will's not even smiling.
No.
You tell lies, Dr. Chilton.
No, it was the police told me to. They said it.
You quote Will Graham.
Graham?
It's not my friend.
Will you tell the truth now?
Yes, but to do so, I need all of my limbs and full function of my brain and, my vocal box. So you should not harm me, so I can tell your story.
You said that I, who see more than you, am insane. I have dared more than you. I am the dragon, and you call me insane.
Sir, you're not making a great case for stability. I'm just saying.
You recognize nothing.
Sir, I'm half naked in a chair and you're wearing a robe.
Fear is not what you owe me. You owe me.
I'm knocking out my headphones. Francis, did you also tattoo your ass?
There is one way that I can help you better understand.
I don't need it. I don't want it. I think we're good. The understanding is great. And I remember, I'll never forget, it's called PTSD.
No.
Anything, but please, no. Sir, okay. lost my mind because why would you do that?
And delivered.
What do we do now?
May I open it privately?
Hell no.
You may not.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Is that his lips?
Dr. Chilton often offended me, so I certainly understand the sentiment.
Where's the other one?
Hannibal! That's not a gummy worm.
I'm sorry, Jack. The tragedy of what's happened to Frederick has put me in an excellent humor.
Dr. Chilton disappeared yesterday. He profiled the dragon for Freddie Lowndes.
We wanted to enrage him.
Good job. Y'all did it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, y'all pissed him the hell off and set Chilton up for failure.
That would have been your lip I was tasting. Again.
You publicly discredited Dr. Chilton. By refuting him, you orchestrated his end by proxy.
You orchestrated his end, Alana.
Exactly. Don't put this on Hannibal. This actually was not Hannibal's fault. This was y'all's doing.
I have seen with wonder and awe the strength of the great red dragon.
I'm under duress. My fake eyelashes, I gotta take them off.
Will Graham, reach behind you and feel the small knobs on the top of your pelvis. Feel your spine between them. That is the precise spot where the dragon will snap your spine.
Could be worse. I mean, if it's a higher injury, there's like likelihood that you can still use your arms. Yeah, Will, y'all are all a part of this, and it's too much for you, sweetie. It's not fair, because everybody has played their part, but you're the one who keeps suffering.
Would you like to talk about what happened with Frederick Chilton?
To anyone that's not Bedelia, aka Hannibal's therapist, I bit my tongue. I'm having a hard time.
Chilton languished, unrecognized, until Hannibal the cannibal. He wanted the world to know his face.
And now he doesn't have one.
At all. Chilton can't catch a break, but also he doesn't really deserve a break, but also, like, that was kind of bad.
We're all making our way through the inferno. You put your hand on Dr. Chilton's shoulder in the photograph.
Out of character.
Touch gives the world an emotional context. It builds trust.
I put my hand on his shoulder for authenticity.
Or maybe you wanted to put Dr. Chilton at risk.
He's not our friend, and he said horrible things about Will for 3 seasons. So, like, if his karma finally caught up with him, that it's not completely Will's fault.
Do you have to wonder?
Bedelia, just because you're saying something that's true doesn't mean that you should say it at all, though.
What did you think the great red dragon would do? You were curious what would happen, that's apparent. Is this what you were expecting?
We know that he has a little bit of Hannibal inside of himself.
I can't say I'm surprised.
Then you may as well have struck the match.
No. They're all ingredients in a recipe. Only certain people, i.e. Hannibal and Francis, are the ones that actually turn on the fire to cook everything. So, like, he's a small part, but, like, Will is still my boy.
He does have agency in the world. He has you.
True, but he also has Jack and Alana and Freddie and you all doing his dirty work out in the world. This is the second time we've set a body on fire. Also, I pray that Chilton is finally dead. Will, stop putting the entire weight of the world on your shoulders. You're not the only one involved. It's not all your fault.
He did Chilton like it looked like you did Freddie Lowndes. Hannibal said he would in his own way. You okay?
No.
I'm okay.
Hell no.
Chilton said your name when they brought him into the ER.
Is he still alive?
He's trashed. You ought to get ready for this.
You don't have to go in there and see him. You don't owe him anything. Damn, they did you like they did Georgia. And the fact that Chilton's still alive, Chilton won't die.
Frederick, it's Will Graham.
Hey, Chilton.
I'm sorry this happened to you.
He set you up.
Just a little bit. A lot of people set you up.
He knew it.
Can you understand what he's saying?
You put your hand on me in the picture like a pet. Did you see anything?
Hey, that's on.
Black woman, she's blind.
Reba. The dragon said her name when he called Lecter.
We got a clue. We've got a lead. Chilton Thank you for your service. Now you rest. Let's get him some cocoa butter. Did you kidnap... She was so nice to you. Francis, I'm already mad at you about the dogs. I'm mad at you for trying to hurt Will by killing his family. I'm fine what you did with Chilton. But McLean?
Will you be good?
What else is she supposed to do?
I didn't know you cared this much about me.
Girl, please.
I'm glad you feel that way. I never hurt you.
She never did.
I never wanted to.
She never wanted to. She loves you.
Let's just be friends and have a good time and forget about this.
Shut up.
How dare you?
Some remarkable events have happened in Chicago and Buffalo. What's been on the news a lot?
The economy.
2 groups of people were changed. The police think that they were murdered. You know what they called being that visited those people?
The tooth fairy.
Think.
Red dragon.
I am the dragon.
Oh no, he's evolved. Please. And that's where we're leaving off. We're leaving off with Francis completely going off the deep end. My girl McLean being in mortal danger. Chilton being burned to a crisp. Will losing his empathetic mind. What? You know what? We'll talk about it in the debrief. Alright, and that concludes Season 3, Episode 12 of Hannibal. And y'all, this show loves to stress me out. First, let's talk about Chilton. Chilton is in no way innocent, but his repercussions are swift and vicious and almost all-consuming. Chilton is our favorite neighborhood dummy, and he does himself no favors with the fact that he's constantly lying. I mean, if we know anything for sure about Chilton, is that if his lips are moving, he's probably lying. I mean, he was horrible to Gideon, and as soon as Gideon got free, he kidnapped him, put him through anesthesia, only to the fact of, paralyzing his body, but making sure that his mind was still conscious, and making sure that he was aware that he was being disemboweled in real time. Freddy was playing the role of the nursing assistant, holding the light over Chilton's body, while Gideon was playing Operation. He did not die, he survived, and somehow made it back to, good enough health where his diet was limited, where he could no longer eat the meat, the human flesh, that Hannibal was serving him. And good old Hannibal is doing what he always does, and that's pulling the strings and setting things in motion. And so he light flashed Miriam to make her think that Chilton is the one that kidnapped her, cut off her arm, and kept her in a hole. So when she saw him talking to Alana, she bobbed and weaved Jack's ass and took his firearm and shot Chilton point blank in the face. Sir. Chilton lost part of his jaw, his teeth, I think an eyeball. It came out the back. It was nasty. It was gross. And then Chilton still did not learn from any of this. And then he became friends with Mason. Mason was mutilated and then murdered, rightfully so. But here we go with Chilton, back in good enough health to write a book full of lies. And then to be mad at Hannibal for telling the truth for once to the general public, to be like, oh, I'm not insane. And yes, I had Chilton sign off on it, so now y'all can't believe anything that he says. Chilton gets in his feelings, and he thinks he has a right to righteous anger, which you don't, Chilton. But he still goes and he pisses off Hannibal. He has always pissed off Will, and now he's pissed off the dragon. But I will say that they set Chilton up and they made him the scapegoat so bad. They played my boy dirty, and I'm not saying that he didn't deserve it. I'm just saying that it was strategic. There was levels to this. Alana especially was smart enough to be like, oh no, I'm not dumb enough to ever put myself in that role. Let's find an actual dummy. Chilton, hey bruh. And then Will, Alana, Crawford, and Freddy were like, you know what? We're gonna antagonize this serial killer who thinks that he's a dragon. Whether he is or is not relevant to the fact that he's still murdering on the regular. And while I'm not too happy with Bedelia right now, on one hand, she did tell the truth. Will, you would not normally put your hand on Chilton. You were trying to convey something and really sell the story, knowing that Francis is going to retaliate. And it's going to be awful, gruesome, and vicious, but y'all knew that. But Will shocked me when it came to the insults that he gave Francis. My God, you know what? I don't completely judge Francis for wanting payback, because that was rough. That was freaking brutal. Will, Sir, in the worst way possible, you did that. Oh, but speaking of my sweet boy Will, him and his empathy, everybody else is like, oh no, I can just like brush it off and blame it on somebody else and keep going about my day. Will is like, every mistake I've made or will ever make weighs on my heart, stays on my mind, and I'm always shaking and I'm sweating and I'm nervous and I'm paranoid. And I blame myself, but so weedy. No one has been played with more than you. Mentally, at least. Chilton has had the short end of the stick when it comes to the physicality, but mentally messed up, Will Graham, number 1. And Hannibal and Jack are doing what they always do, being the worst, like, godparents to Will, leading him and guiding him through nothing but the pits of hell, through every freaking layer, and he can never catch a break. And you know what? If and when Will snaps, and he decides to take out the lot of you, I support it. I support my boy, and I'm gonna support him to the end. Justice for Will Graham. Hannibal, hi sir. How's the whole no toilet going? But even with that fact, you're still doing better than everybody else in the cast. You get to sit back and look pretty while everybody else does or is influenced by your dirty work. The things that you've set in motion out in the real world still affects Will's everyday life. Sir, I understand you are obsessed with him, that you love him, also you feel betrayed. Y'all have 3 seasons of history. Please, Hannibal. I know you're not gonna do it, so I don't really know why I'm begging, but also, please, for once, let Will be happy. Let Will be alone. Let Will keep his limbs and the little bit of sanity that he has. I'm so worried about the series finale, which is the next episode. The fact that this journey is almost over is breaking my heart, my spirit, and my mind. I'm still deciding what I'm going to react to next. I'm not sure if it's going to be a movie or another TV show. But also to everyone who has left a comment already on what I should react to next, thank you. I've made a list. I'm adding up the points of how many people want to see things. And if you haven't, feel free to drop a comment anywhere. I feel like y'all know me well enough to suggest good things that would go with my personality. So I trust you and putting my faith and trust in y'all, which is more than I can ever do to any character in Hannibal. But that is enough yapping. And I want to thank all of you for being here and watching this with me. And please, on your way out, if you could do me a quick favor, please like, subscribe, ring that bell for post notifications. Follow me on all my social media. Follow my Patreon for full-length reactions to Hannibal Season 2 and Hannibal Season 3 as we go. And that way I can see you next time with another one. Bye, y'all.